What is going on, everybody? It is Jamie and welcome to the channel Thrift-Onfire. Today's going to be a what sold video. What sold for me recently on eBay, Depop, and Poshmark. Before we get into that, I'm going to give you a little bit of just a personal update. Over the weekend, this weekend was crazy busy for me. I had a concert on Friday, didn't get home till late on Saturday. We had some stuff to do around the house in the morning, so I wasn't able to get out. And then a community event in the afternoon for our spa Tranquility in Tillsonburg that limited basically any time I could hit yard sales Friday and Saturday. I did find one on Saturday on my way from home to our spa and picked up a camera. This camera, I think it's a Samsung. I believe the model's ST500. I'll throw it up on screen. I paid $5. I had to buy a charger on Amazon. I'm charging it in the house right now. So if it works, I should be able to sell it for like somewhere between $80 to $100. So pretty decent flip, you know, just stumbling across a garage sale, not too bad. Sunday was Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You know, belated obviously by a day as this video will come out on Monday. And yeah, so I didn't get out much on the weekend. However, the weekend before, I bought a huge card buy. So obviously, you guys see me last year do the $4,000 card buy. It was a lot of cards. You know, prior to that, I picked up these baseballs, some of these pucks that are still kicking around. But you'll see some new items. There's a puck set here, a helmet, some more toys, and a lot more cards, okay? I picked up probably 5 or 6 boxes of cards, a lot of autograph cards, a lot of patch cards, a lot of serial number cards. There are some high value stuff in here, but nothing crazy. There's a lot of middle to lower value stuff, lower being somewhere between $5 to $15 Canadian. A lot of those cards will go on my second eBay store. If you don't follow me there, it's just like TO cards, Thrift-Onfire Cards. I'll throw a link in the description down below if you want to check it out. All lower end cards there, so it's going to be a lot to go through all this, but the idea is to build up that second store. All the better cards that will definitely need proper tracking and everything like that will go on my main store. When I started listing, I tried to throw, you know, more of the autos on my main store, and the more and more I'm doing it, I don't know that I want a bunch of $10, $15 US cards on my store. Nothing but those. So I have to just kind of be mindful about which ones I'm listing where. But there'll be a good mix of cards on my main eBay store and my secondary card store. You know, I could put all of them on my secondary card store, but some of them I really think deserve to be on my main store. You can let me know in the comments if you feel the same way. But like I said, some of this stuff, like you'll see later on in this video, I've sold some of this stuff already, and you know, there are some trinkety things in here too as well, like these McDonald's helmets, which, you know, individually aren't worth a ton, but you can lot them up and they're pretty good. Some of these little mini jerseys up here, hopefully we see them sell soon. Some of that kind of stuff just lotted up together, I think will do pretty well. I did get some stuff from Antique Booth. There was a lot of stuff, okay? $3,000 is what I spent on this lot. It's a lot of money for sure, but, you know, I'll have stuff to list without having to look very hard. You know, I'll be just going through, finding some better cards. Right now, this is sort of what I'm doing. I've got a stack right here of just cards to go through. Out here, these are the cards that are listed on my main store, which is what, you know, you guys see me pull orders for. And then I don't know where I've got it tucked away. I think down in here, I'm working on some cards here that are in this box that will be for my secondary store. So I'll be working through those, spend a lot of money. I'll be spending a lot of time getting that stuff listed. It puts a lot less pressure on me as well to source, although I will be sourcing garage sales when they become available, or when I'm available to go to them again. But yeah, pretty decent. Before we pull orders, there's one last thing I want to talk about. Last week, we did a review video on Sidekick tools. I basically explained Posh Sidekick, cross-listing, and then some of the tools inside of it. I also explained that I don't use absolutely everything they have to offer, but I do think, depending on you know, a person-to-person basis, they offer a lot of things that would be helpful depending on your business. You know, not everything, you know, that they offer is 100% compatible with what I need, but, you know, the main parts of it are obviously, you know, the sharing features offers to likers, closet clear out, automated auctions. Those are things that I do use on a weekly basis, and in some cases on a daily basis, like the offers to likers and the sharing. That's how you be social. That's how you become social on Poshmark and create sales. Without them, I don't know how many sales I would generate, because I don't really want to be social. And you know, sending out offers is probably the funnest part, because that equates sales. But following back, sharing all your listings, I don't want to do any of that. So if I had to do that manually, you know, it's hard to say how long I would really want to continue to do Poshmark, but with automation like this, it makes it easy. If you are new to this, you can sign up with my code. It is linked down below, and they've also given me a special offer to give you. I think it's Automate 30. I will link it down below. It gives you 30% off the first month that you have to pay. The trial itself is 100% free, so you can try it for free, but if you decide to sign up, you can use that code and get 30% off your first month. I think that's pretty awesome, and yeah. Let's pull some orders. Kicking it off today with an eBay sale, and it is this Hot Wheels watch right here. It is from 1990. I do mention in the listing that the battery would be definitely dead in this thing. Okay, you'd have to replace that, but it is brand new and sealed otherwise. A little bit of box damage. I got $32.99 USD for this. I did pay up a bit for this. I bought a bunch of stuff one day. Last year, I believe, at the antique mall that I have my booth at. The owner had a bunch of stuff that he sold me, including these. I think I probably paid 10 or 15 bucks. I sold the other pink car already, so I'm not making a killing, but still making a few dollars off of that for sure. Next, Garfield sets right here. This is, be in this box right here. This is a complete Garfield set. What year is it from? I'm sure it says in the listing. I'll throw the listing up, obviously. Older, but I don't know, maybe 90s, maybe early 2000s. I will fill this little void and put in another box. Not worth a ton, $15 USD. That did come from the $4,000 card buy. It was one of the complete sets that just got tossed in at the end. There was a bunch of pop culture stuff, a bunch of brand new in-box stuff as well, and that was thrown in. But yeah, that was the Garfield set for $15 USD. Next, a set of CDs. These are all going to the same person. It's these three right here. So we have Cheshire Cat, which I think I took an offer of $11. Then Blink 182, Greatest Hits, another Blink CD, $9. And then Plus 44, which is Mark Hoppus and Travis Barker minus, so no Tom DeLonge. That was Plus 44. Two other guys I think were in that band. And then what was what's the other thing that Blink did that was sort of like that? Boxcar Racer, where it was Tom DeLonge, Travis Barker, and maybe Dave something or other. Anyway, that was something where they excluded Mark Hoppus. It was a really weird time in Blink where they've broken up a bunch of times, but yeah, that's where that is. So not quite Blink 182, Plus 44, Blink 182, Greatest Hits, and Cheshire Cat, all going out to the same person. I can't remember where they said they were from. It's international, but they have a forwarder, so I might just shipping it to, I think, Miami or somewhere in Florida. Not too bad. This was from the $3,000 buy I just talked about in the intro. This is a Sidney Crosby puck. I'll throw some photos up of it on screen. I've got two more of them. I got $90 USD for this one. This one is 115 out of 500. It's not signed or anything. It's just a limited run for the 500th career goal of Sidney Crosby. Kind of cool. These are some of the better items from that buy. It's got a lot of stuff. It's volume for sure. Not everything is like this $90 or more. There's a lot, like I said in the intro, I think a lot of like $5, $10, $15, $20, $25 stuff in that, but it's just so much. But most of that stuff is going to be from my other eBay store, which I did mention. But okay, so next we are going to do, it's a Depop sale. We're going to the LPS is what I was trying to say. Okay, should be on top here. Pair of Nike shorts. We just got these listed not too long ago. They came from the Goodwill bins. I knew they weren't going to be worth much, but you know, athletic shorts like this in great condition will sell and sell quickly. $10 USD plus shipping. And those are so lightweight from the bins. I'm probably making, you know, I don't know, $8 Canadian on that. Not a lot, but you see them all the time. It's just hard to turn down sometimes. Not something I'd pick up in a thrift store for sure, but if you're paying $1, maybe less than $1. Definitely still potentially worth it for somebody. Next, a cowboy belt is what I meant to say, a belt buckle. This was on Poshmark.ca. Should be in here, the Waterloo somewhere. Not sure which drawer. I found these at a yard sale locally, not in a video or anything. I just stopped at one day. Right here are vintage 19, somewhere it says the age on it, made in the USA, 1981. $18 Canadian for this one. I bought 3 of them. I think I paid $20 for all 3, so 18 Canadian. I'm not going to make a ton on these as well. I bought them sort of blind. They're all worth about that 18, 22, somewhere in there. So I'll make decent money, just not a ton. I thought they were worth a little bit more. Still happy that I'll make some money overall, and they're really cool belt buckles. Next, this North Face zip up right here. Nice fleece zip up. This we got $35 Canadian. I believe maybe I picked this up at I don't know if I don't actually remember picking this up. I feel like this is something maybe I would have got just at my regular Goodwill for like $7, $8, something like that. But I don't know. I just don't remember this one. And that's odd. I usually kind of have a good memory of picking something up, but this one I don't. Regardless, $35 Canadian on this North Face fleece zip up. Let's get this round of orders out of here. Pull another round of orders, and it's a Depop sale. It's the last pair of Vans here from the garage sale buy. I bought four pairs of Vans for $5 a pair. These ones went out on Depop for $20 USD. Not too bad. There is like a little flaw there on the back, little color flaw. Other than that, they're in pretty nice condition overall. Decent for sure. Next, a couple of Poshmark sales. We have this down here, a pair of these white Birkenstocks, or by Birkenstocks. Yeah, whatever that is. Whatever that off-brand is, but it is by Birkenstock, so technically a Birkenstock. Yeah, decent. I think I picked these up at the Goodwill bins as well. I think potentially good, my regular Goodwill, but so it's somewhere between a couple of dollars, and I might have paid up to $6 or $7. Just don't recall exactly, but we got $35 Canadian on these ones here. Also a jersey on Poshmark. This is a Team Canada. What is this one? The IIHF. So I think it's like a juniors jersey. It is like a vinyl front, but still a really nice jersey. $60 Canadian for that. I do have to cancel a couple of Poshmark orders, which I have to be better about this for sure. Roger Rabbit cards. Okay. I think I sold those on Poshmark.com a while ago, and they never got delisted for some reason. Probably because it's a hard good on Poshmark. I missed it. Another hard good on Poshmark that I missed, so I did make 2 sales yesterday that I don't have, was a Funko Pop, and I don't have it. The bad thing about this is the 3rd time I've sold it, and I've only have had it once. I know I've sold it on eBay and had to cancel. eBay or Poshmark. Regardless, I've sold this now 3 times, and I did not delist it. I don't know how that happened. If I had a double listing up or what. I can't continue to do that because that's terrible. So we had a Depop sale, 2 Poshmark sales, and an eBay sale. The last sale here going out is supposed to be in the VH bin. Where's that? Shouldn't be too far. Right here. These typically sell for about $20 Canadian. I think this one I took $14 for. I had a bunch of them. I've sold a bunch of them. It's a stadium giveaway. Jackie Robinson t-shirt right there. I think we took $14 USD plus shipping, so not too far away from the $20 Canadian mark that I had been getting. Was an offer, but happy about that. Let's get this round of orders out here. Another round of eBay orders, starting off with this jersey. CCM, a lot of nice jersey. It does have a couple little stains here, but overall it's a pretty nice youth jersey. I believe this one is a large XL. Seems to be the ones that always sell. I have sold smaller ones, but these ones still seem to sell fairly consistently. This one we got $40 USD for it. Not too bad at all, really. And next we are going to pull a camera. This one, to be completely honest with you, okay, it should be in this bin right here. I had it listed a little higher and accidentally sent an offer. I was thinking it was a different camera when somebody offered me money on it. This is one that I picked up at a garage sale. It's the little Panasonic here. This one. I accepted $68. I think I had it listed closer to 90. So it is a pretty good deal for somebody. I paid $30 Canadian. So just so you are aware, I think $68 USD is about $90 roughly Canadian right now. I will throw the exact number up, but I'm pretty sure it's around there when I checked it out. So I'm still making money on that. Not too bad. And I'd prefer to get the quick sale for sure instead of hanging on to it. So not really too mad about it, but I didn't actually look when I accepted the offer. I'm just like, that seems pretty good. And you know, I probably should have countered, but regardless, happy with that sale. Next, a lot of tapes. This was a pretty aggressive offer that I did accept. Country. Get this down. Just about dropped that. Country VHSs, country cassettes typically don't sell as well. Even the older ones, I thought maybe they would sell a little better in lots. Had this listed quite a bit higher. It's a Garth Brooks lot, which Garth Brooks is obviously very popular. So I thought, hey, this will probably sell pretty good. I think this is probably close to 30% off. I'm getting $15 USD, which to me is totally fine. My buy cost is $0 on all of that. So, you know, $15 USD plus shipping, pretty decent. I will take it. What's the last thing? Okay, we can wait and throw this back up here in a minute. It's a video game. I think it's disc only. Resident Evil. Yeah, this one right here. Resident Evil Director's Cut. Just push these back over. I think I had it listed for about $24 USD, and we accepted 20. I think that's totally fine. It is disc only. We're going to send it in this clear case and a bubble mailer. So yes, another big card buy. I will try to leave the lower end cards, like I said, on my second store. I don't want to muddy this channel up with nothing but, you know, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 cards. I don't want to do that for sure. So we'll leave the bigger cards, the better cards on the main store. That is the plan. You know, like $3,000 for me is not chump change. It's a lot of money to put out. I'm used to spending, you know, like I mentioned in the intro, $5 on a camera that, you know, maybe $20 after I invest in the charger, and flipping it into some decent money, you know, spending, you know, $3,000 to, you know, I'm going to double up plus some for sure. There's some really good stuff in here. It's just, you know, it's going to be a lot of work, but I honestly like it. I really have enjoyed doing the cards. Not so much so that I want to do nothing but cards, but if I can do cards, collectibles, jerseys, and maybe get away from something like shoes and so many of the clothing and just do vintage clothing, that would be good. But, you know, everything has to fall into place for that to happen. It just doesn't happen overnight. You know, I can try to sell off just some of my more generic lower end clothing and try to move in that direction. But at some point, you know, stuff like this isn't like stuff like the cards, stuff like the pucks, stuff like the jerseys won't be available. And then, you know, then I'll just be looking and I'll be letting other opportunities pass. So I don't really want to do that either, but I could focus on that. And I think that will be the goal, to sort of like focus on those type of items to pick up. But if I do find something worth good money that I can pick up, I certainly would still pick it up and flip it. I don't want to just niche down into certain categories. I think we'll stay, you know, very open to whatever we can flip. That's the goal anyway. But I do think we're going to end this one here. If you guys do like videos like this one, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content, and we'll see you guys soon.